Act 1. The scene is in the third-floor apartment in the brownstone in the West 70s. It consists of a living room, a bedroom, and to the left a kitchen. The rooms are fairly large, with high ceilings and what were once very nice wood palings, now painted over. In the mid-30s and 40s, this was a great place to live. The furniture is very good and probably very attractive, but one could hardly tell anymore. It has fallen into disrepair. Against the wall there is a small battered piano that is covered with photographs, all of the theatrical nature. A stack of mail is on the table. A man's sheepskin coat is draped over a chair. From the kitchen we hear a faucet running and a man humming. He comes out with a vase he has just filled with fresh flowers. James Perry is in his early 40s, portly and probably homosexual. Probably, but not obviously. He wears black with a dark blue turtleneck sweater. He first goes to the window and peers out and down, looking for the arrival of someone. Then he turns back and looks for a place to put the vase. He tries the piano, changes his mind, then settles on the coffee table. It doesn't please him much. Jimmy. I hate it. The doorbell rings. He looks at his watch nervously, then crosses to the door and asks without opening, "Who is it?" Manuel, off stage. "Groceries." Jimmy opens the door and glares at the delivery boy. Manuel, who is Spanish and about 20, is holding two large grocery bags in his arms. Jimmy. Where were you? I thought you went out of business. Put them in the kitchen, please. Manuel, at doorway. Mrs. Mira lives here? Jimmy. Yes, Mrs. Mira lives here. Will you please put them in the kitchen? Manuel, not moving. It's $14.28. Jimmy. Fine. Terrific. That's a charge. Just put them in the kitchen. Jimmy starts to walk away, but notices that the boy is not moving. Manuel. Mr. D'Alessandro says to me I must have $14.28. Jimmy. No, you don't understand. Mrs. Mira has a church account. Church account. Do you know what that is? Manuel. Not. That's a church account. Jimmy. That's right. It's an account and you charge it. I don't live here. I'm a friend of Mrs. Mira. You charge it to her account. Manuel. Mr. Alessandro said to me, if they say to you, it's a charge account, you say them it's $14.28. Jimmy. Do you want me to get on the phone and call Mr. Alessandro? What's the number? Manuel. The number? The telephone number? It's 766 something. I don't know. I never called them. If you speak to Mr. Alessandro, he's gonna say to you it's $14.28. Jimmy, irritated. I don't have to call for theft, you know? They had canned goods in Woodcats too. Manuel. Woodcat is nice. My cousin worked for Woodcats. They all the same, you know? Jimmy glares at him. I don't have $14.28. I have no money on me. Manuel. Oh, well, that's okay. I'm sorry. He turns. Jimmy. Where are you going? Manuel. Back to Mr. D'Alessandro. Jimmy. Wait a minute. I will look. He takes his wallet from his back pocket. The boy smiles at him. Jimmy turns his back so the boy can't see into his wallet. He takes out one bill. I have $10. Manuel shrugs. I leave you one package. Jimmy glares more angrily. Wait here. He starts for his ship's coat, notices that the boy has edged inside a step or two. That's far enough. Manuel. What's the matter, mister? You afraid I come inside? I rob your house? I don't rob no houses. Jimmy. I don't care what you do. Just wait there. Manuel. I got a job. I don't have to rob houses. Jimmy. Half to himself as he goes through his pockets. Yeah, in the daytime. He takes a passbook out of his pocket along with some loose dollar bills. He holds the book in one hand and counts money as he goes it back. How much was that again? Manuel. Same thing, $14.28. The boy puts down the packages. Jimmy takes out 4 singles and hands them to the boy, but in the process he drops the passbook on the table. The boy picks it up and looks at it. Oh, I used to have this employment book. You employed, Missile? Jimmy grabs it back. None of your damn business. Who asked you? You got your $14. You can leave now. Manuel holds out his hand and 28 cents. Jimmy reaches into his pocket and takes out the change. He hands it to the boy, one coin at a time. 10, 15, 25, 26, 27, 28 cents. The boy looks at it and nods his head in agreement. That's all. There's no tip. I don't live here. I don't tip where I don't live. Manuel, I don't want no tip. You ain't even got a job. I don't need your tips. Jimmy, and I don't need your goddamn sympathy. You are very fresh for a delivery boy. Manuel, what's the matter? You don't like Spanish people? Jimmy, who the hell say anything about Spanish people? You are the only one I don't like. Will you please leave now? Manuel, at the door. I know the kind of people you like, mister. He makes two kissing sounds with his pursed lips.
Jimmy, get out of here. The boy smiles and rushes out, the door closing behind him. Jimmy bolts the door, then crosses to the grocery bags, still fuming. I wouldn't live in this neighborhood if you pay me. He picks up the bags and starts for the kitchen. Can't say a thing anymore. Everyone is so goddamn race conscious. Loses pick. He goes into the kitchen. We bear the rustle of the paper bags as the phone rings. Jimmy comes out with a can of coffee in his hand and crosses to the phone. Hello? No, she's not. I'm expecting her home any time. Who's calling, please? Well, in regards to what? Oh, well, I'm sure Mrs. Mira hasn't paid her phone bill intentionally. She's been away sick for the past 10 weeks. But you're not going to cut it off, are you? She'll pay it as soon as she gets home. Fourth notice already, my goodness. But you must realize she's good for it. I mean, this is Evelyn Mira, the singer. It must be in by Tuesday. Yes, I'll tell her that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. He hangs up to the phone. Wait 3 years to get one, but you read them out fast enough, don't you? He starts opening the can. The front doorbell rings. Jimmy turns and looks at the door. He is extremely anxious. He puts the can of coffee down on a chair, wipes his hands and his pants, and goes to the door. He calls out without opening. Who is it? Toby, off stage. It's us. We are home. Jimmy starts to open the door, but it doesn't work since he's forgotten that he bolted it. He tries to unbolt it, but has a little difficulty at first. Jimmy calls out, wait a second, I'm so damned nervous. He finally opens it and Toby Landau enters. She's a very pretty woman in her early 40s, but you'd never believe it. That's because she spends most of her waking hours trying to achieve that effect. She's well dressed in a smartly tailored suit. She carries a large, heavy, but not very elegant suitcase. Look at me, I'm shaking. Toby, entering. Don't complain to me. I just spent 4 hours in a taxi on the Long Island Expressway. Look out the window. You'll see a very rich cab driver. She looks around the apartment. Jimmy, where is she? He looks out the doorway. Evie, where's Evie? Toby, she is saying hello to a neighbor. I thought you were going to clean the apartment. Didn't you would clean the apartment for Evie? Jimmy, I tried rearranging the furniture, but it always came out like a bus terminal in Passaic. Where is she? Is she all right? Toby, yes, but you are going to be shocked when you see her. She lost 42 pounds. Jimmy, oh my God. Toby, I will tell you right here and now that a rest home for drunks is the most depressing place in the world. Jimmy, I never thought she would last it out. I am so nervous. What do I say to her? How do I act in front of her? Toby, you hug her and love her above all. You must trust her. Jimmy, I'll kill her if she ever takes another drink. Where the hell is she? We bear Evie's voice just outside the door. Evie, off stage. I am out in the hall. Are you ready? Jimmy, ready. Evie enters wearing a mink coat and carrying books. Evie, all right, say it. I'm gorgeous, right? Jimmy, oh my God, I don't believe it. Who is she? Who is this beautiful woman? Evie, it better be me or I'm out 2,700 bucks. Jimmy, am I allowed to hug you? You are allowed. Jimmy rushes into her arms and hugs her. He feels her. Jimmy, it's true, it's gone. 42 pounds are gone. Where did it go to? Evie, you want it. It's in the suitcase. Jimmy, I can't get over it. It's like talking to a stranger. Somebody introduce me. Toby, Jimmy, this is Evelyn Mira. Remember, she used to sing in clubs. Jimmy, that far lady who used to drink a lot. Use full language. No, this is a nice skinny woman. You put a dress on her, you can take her anywhere. Evie, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be right here in my own apartment. Oh, it's so good to be home. Looks around. Jesus, it looks different when you are sober. I thought I had twice as much furniture. Toby, will you sit down? To Jimmy, she won't sit down. She stood all the way in the taxi coming here. Jimmy, you must be starved. When did you eat last? Evie, I had chicken salad in July. I'm not hungry. Toby, the doctors told me she worked harder than any patient there. Even the nurses were so proud of her. Evie, it's the truth. I was the best drunk on my floor looking at the sectional. Christ, now it's coming back to me. I threw the other half of this out the window. Jimmy, I want to make you something. Let me make you a tongue and Swiss on toast and pot of coffee. Sit down. It will be 5 minutes. Evie, I thought my mother lived in Ohio. Leave me alone. I tortured myself to lose 42 pounds. Toby, Jimmy, stop it. You'll get Evie nervous. Jimmy, I'm worried about her. If someone doesn't make it for her, she doesn't eat. Evie, there's plenty of time to eat next year. I'm all right. I'm home. Let me enjoy myself. Jimmy, who's stopping you? To Toby softly. She look all right to you. Toby nods. Is there anything she has to take? Pills or anything? Toby, just some tranquilizers. She has them in her bag. Jimmy, but nothing heavy. No serious stuff? Toby, just a mild sedative to help her sleep.
If you doctors want to be alone, I can go back to Happy Valley. What are you whispering about? We are not whispering, we are talking softly. You were whispering. We were not whispering, we were talking softly. Why were you talking softly? Because we don't want you to hear what we're saying. Jimmy's worried about you, that's all. If he's worried, let him worry a little louder. I can't stand whispering. Every time my doctor whispers in the hospital, the next day there's a funeral. I'm sorry. It took 10 weeks to cure me and 5 minutes for you to drive me crazy. Jimmy didn't mean it, darling. What are you blaming him? You were whispering too. I had to. He whispered a question to me. Alright, can we drop it? I didn't even bring it up. Jesus! I got along better with nuts on Long Island. I'm sorry, Evie, alright? I'm nervous. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I don't know how to act in front of somebody who just got home from the cure 5 minutes ago. You act natural, the way you always acted with me. This is the way I always acted with you. Yeah? Well, maybe that's why I started to drink. My God, what a homecoming. Hey, listen. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm nervous. Don't pay attention to me. Jimmy, you know what I love more than anything else in the world? A tongue and Swiss on toast and a pot of coffee. Do you mean it? I dream of it every night. First, I dreamt of sex. Then, a tongue and Swiss on toast. I'll bring you the sandwich. The rest I can't help you with. And what can I do, Evie? You can stop looking at yourself and give me a cigarette. You're nervous, aren't you? I hated that place so much I used to save up matches, planning to burn it down. It was a goddamn prison. And then, when it came time to leave, I was afraid to go. I suddenly felt comfortable there. Can I have my cigarette, please? That's almost a whole pack since we left the hospital. Are you sure they said it's alright to smoke? Once you pay your bill and check out, they don't care if you get knocked up by a dwarf. I thought I had a million things to do once I got home. I'm here 6 minutes. I'm bored to death. You've got to give yourself time, Evie. And then you're going to start your life all over again and you're going to grow up to be a beautiful, wonderful person like me. What's that? What's the crap you're putting on your face? It's a special crap that protects the skin. Have you noticed you never seen pores on me? As long as you've known me, have you ever seen a single pore on my face? I'd never even seen your face. Who are you anyway? A woman can never be too pretty. It's her feminine obligation. I love my looks, don't you? You're gorgeous. If you went bald and lost your teeth, you'd still be cute looking. Leave yourself alone. I can't. Isn't it terrible? I'm obsessed. You remind me of the psycho in the room next to me. She used to shampoo her eyelashes every night. Thought all the doctors were in love with her. An 87-year-old virgin screwball. What a sweet story. You're just going to sit there forever? Aren't you going to unpack or something? Unpack what? A pair of pajamas and a bottle of mineral oil? Besides, I'm never going in that bedroom again. I ruined half my life in there. The next half, I'm playing safe. I understand perfectly. And how will you get to the bathroom? Over the roof and down the pipes. Just worry about your face, alright? I can worry about both. I wish I could stay with you lot tonight. Then why don't you stay with me tonight? I have to meet Martin at Pavilion for dinner. It's business. I distract the client. Some friend you are. Don't say it like that. I'm a wonderful friend. I'm sensitive. You want me to be hurt? Don't pout. You'll crack your makeup and start an avalanche on your face. Anyway, Jimmy can stay with you tonight. Jimmy has an audition at 5:45. You said you'd be free tonight. I was until the audition came up. I have to eat, you know.
Toby, can you cancel it? For Ivy? Jimmy, I wouldn't cancel it for Paul Newman. Toby, oh God, Ivy, I'm sorry. What will you do tonight? Ivy, I'll turn on the television and stand stark naked in front of Mary Griffin. What the hell do you think I'm going to do all alone? Toby, you could call Polly. She's probably home from school by now. Ivy, I'm not ready to see my daughter yet. Thank you. What I'd really like to do is move the hell out of this dump. Toby, then why don't you move? Ivy, because Tom, I still pay $120 for 3.5 rooms. It is one sublet for Mary Todd Lincoln. Toby, you can borrow from Marty and me until you go back to work again. Ivy, work? Singing in clubs? The last job I had was 2 years ago in Pittsburgh. I broke the house record, fell off the stool 17 times in one show. Toby, that's all news. I don't want to hear about it. Ivy, I share a dressing room with a female impersonator who had the host for me. I think we made it, but I forget which why. Toby, you don't have to sing in clubs. There is television. Marty knows people in advertising. You can be a cat in a tuna fish commercial. You'll make a fortune. I have to go. Ivy, so soon? Toby, I'm afraid so. Marty's waiting. Ivy, just gonna dump me here like a basket case, huh? I thought you were going to stay and grow old with me. Toby, don't be silly. I never growing old. I won't go if you're really desperate. Ivy, when have you known me when I wasn't desperate? Toby, never. If you need me, I'll be at Marty's office and then at Pavilion. Can I send you anything? Ivy, how about the hay waiter? Toby, Armand. He doesn't go for women. Jimmy entering with a tray with a cup of coffee. Send him anyway. We will find something for him to do. Toby, Ivy, this might be one of the happier days of my life. Ivy, Toby, if you didn't come to pick me up today. Toby, I told you, I'm always way the hell out of Long Island early Tuesday morning. Tell me once more how pretty I am. Ivy, Helen of Troy couldn't carry your compact. Toby, I believe you, Evelyn. I really do. I'll call you from the restaurant. She goes to the door. Ivy, say just one more. Ivy, say what? Toby, what you promised me in the taxi. Ivy, a pause. I will be a good girl forever and ever. Toby, oh, cheers, I'm going to cry. There goes my makeup. She exits quickly. Ivy turns to Jimmy. Jimmy, you skinny bastard. I'm so proud of you. Ivy, is that why you didn't visit me once in 10 weeks? Jimmy, I can't go to hospitals. You know that. I pass out in hospitals. If I ever get hit by a car, I tell them, take me to a drugstore, never a hospital. Ivy, it wasn't a hospital. It's a sanitarium for drunks. Jimmy, they had white shoes and cotton balls. That's enough for me. He hands her a cup of coffee. Didn't I call you almost every day? Didn't I send you popular novels? Queen Alexandra and her hemophiliac son? Couldn't you send me a sex manual for Christ's sakes? Jimmy, I'm sorry. I was nice to you. Next time I'll just send you a get-sober telegram. Ivy, how much do I owe you for the groceries? Jimmy, we got 'em free. I had an affair with the delivery boy. Ivy, next time I'll answer the door. Give me the bill. Jimmy, don't be ridiculous. Where will I get the money? Ivy, you were just in a show. Jimmy, that was in October, and we ran 2 nights and were closed by the police. Please don't ask me what I had to do naked with 6 people on a stage. I couldn't tell. I had my eyes closed. That is the goddamn last time I will ever take my clothes off in public. Not only I have not worked since then, I can't even get a lousy date anymore. You know what I did to keep alive? God is my judge. I work in Bowie selling snake skin toilet seat covers all my mother's life. Ivy, at the window, looking out. I don't see any men on the street. Little boys, fags, hippies, but no men. Jimmy, what kills me is that I'm so good. I'm such a good actor. I can't stand it. But I'm too late. Show business is over this year. There will be no more entertainment in the world after June. Maybe you will see person whistling or humming on the street, but that's all. I was born too talented and too late. What are you doing at the window? Who are you looking for? Ivy. Nothing. Jimmy. You look tired. Why don't you lay down for a while? Ivy. I don't want to lay down. Jimmy. You have got to lay down sometime. Ivy. That's an old wives' tale. I have known people to stand for years at a time.
Jimmy, lost in his own problems. I won't get this job tonight. They'll turn me down. I'm auditioning for some 19 years old Putz producer who has $75,000 and a drama degree from Oklahoma A&M. First time he walked into a theater, he fell off the stage, broke two ribs. Sometimes an intelligent actor has today. Oh God, I want to be a star so bad, not a little star. I want to be a big star with 3 agents and 2 lawyers and a business manager and a press agent. And then I'd fire all of them and get new ones because I'm such a big star. And I'd make everyone pay for the 22 years I poured into this business. I wouldn't do benefits. I wouldn't give money to charity. I would become one of the great Sheffields of all time. Isn't that a wonderful dream, Eve? Evie looks around. She didn't leave any cigarettes, stupid dumb broad. Jimmy takes a crumpled packet out of his shirt pocket. Here, take whatever I have, my money, my blood, whatever you want. Only calm down, because I don't trust you when you get nervous. Evie, I just made up my mind. I don't like you. She takes one of the cigarettes. Jimmy, you never liked me. For 15 years, it's been a one-sided friendship. I'm the one who always worries about you, picks you up off the floor, puts you to bed, feeds you. And for what? Christmas. You gave me the one lousy album you made in 1933. Well, I'm through. I can't take it anymore. You are skinny and sober. Take care of yourself now. Evie, how would you like a big wet kiss on the mouth? Jimmy, how would you like a tongue and Swiss on toast? Sit down, it's ready. He starts for the kitchen. Evie yells, Jimmy, will you stay here and talk to me? Jimmy stops. What do you want to talk about? Evie, anything, damn it. Pick a subject. Jimmy, why don't you ask me, Evie? Why don't you get it over with and ask me? No, I have not seen him or spoken to him. All right? Evie, a pause. All right. Jimmy, I'm lying. I saw him at the bar in town last week. I don't think he's doing well because he had one beer and ate all the pretzels in the dish. Evie, was he alone? Jimmy, yes. I know because when he left, I watched him through the window, hoping he would get hit by the English Avenue bus. What else do you want to know? Evie, nothing. I was curious, not interested. Jimmy, oh, really? Is that why you keep staring out the window? Is that why you won't go into the bathroom? What are you afraid of? You will see his lousy ghost sitting on the dawn doing the timed crossword puzzle. Go on. Go in the bedroom and get it over. Evie, how would you get the Bloody Mary instead of the wallpaper? Jimmy, I hang your bathrobe over them. Evie, you know what I'll do? I will paint the room white, the whole bedroom white, top to bottom, and I'm going to forget everything that ever happened in there, and I'm going to become one happy TV watching. Jimmy, I'd be thrilled. The doorbell rings. Evie, are you expecting anyone? Jimmy, I don't even live here. Should I answer it? They are just going to ring again. See? Manuel, I forget the soda. 6 cans Coca-Cola. $2.40. Jimmy, I paid you before, didn't I? He tries to grab the package. Manuel, you paid for me last time. You didn't pay for me this time. $2.40, please. Jimmy, angry. Did you tell D'Alessandro that Mr. Mayor is going to take her business somewhere else? Manuel, he don't care. He say, take the Coca-Cola somewhere else. Evie stepped forward. What's wrong? Manuel, I don't want to come in your house. Evie steps out into the center of the bedroom so that she is in the view of the boy for the first time. Evie, Jimmy, don't leave him out in the hall like that. To Manuel, that's all right, you can come in. The boy looks at her and smiles. Manuel, oh, okay. He steps in. Evie smiles at him. I am Mrs. Mayara. Manuel, oh yes, hello Mrs. Mayara, nice to meet you. I brought you 6 cans Coca-Cola, 6 cans Canada Dry Ginger Ale, okay? Evie, I don't see why not. That's a chart. And put 50 cents on yourself. Manuel, oh, thank you very much. Evie, you're welcome. Manuel, but I need $2.40. Mr. D'Alessandro said to me. Evie, I know what Mr. D'Alessandro said to you. It's all right. You tell him Mr. Mera is home and we'll take care of everything by take again. Will you do that? Manuel, yes, I'm going to tell him that, but he's going to tell me not to tell him that. Evie, what's your name?
Manuel, Mr. D'Alessandro. Evie, no, your name. Manuel, my name. You want to know my name, Manuel. Evie, Manuel. Manuel, yes, that's my name. Manuel, it's Spanish. Jimmy comes out of the kitchen. Evie, I haven't seen you before, Manuel. What happened to the other boy? Manuel, Pablo.
Pablo got married and is now working in a better job, Bloomingdale's. Evie, really? He seems so young. Manuel, they don't care how old you are in Bloomingdale's. Evie, I mean to get married. Manuel, oh, Pablo is 20 years old, same as me. Evie, you are 20? Manuel, that's me, 20. Evie, well, let's hope that you get married and find a better job too, Manuel. Manuel, it's okay if I find a better job, but I don't want to get married. I'm okay now. You know what I mean? Evie, you mean you have lots of girlfriends, is that it? Manuel, sure, why not? Evie, well, you tell Mr. D'Alessandro I will send him his check the first thing every month. Will you do that? Manuel, the first thing every month. That's what I'm gonna tell him. Evie, and put 50 cents on for yourself. I don't have any change just now. Manuel, that's right. I come again. You take care of me another time. You know what I mean? Goodbye, Mrs. Mira. Okay, Mr. Eats. Okay now. We are good friends again, all right? He winks at Jimmy and exits, closing the door behind him. Jimmy, Jesus Christ, why didn't you invite him in to listen to your Xavier Cugat records? Are you crazy? Evie, oh, come on, he's a delivery boy. Jimmy, I saw the look he gave you and I know what he wants to deliver. Evie, I'm not in that kind of trouble yet. Maybe in a few weeks, but not yet. Jimmy, I can't trust you. I can't trust you alone for 10 minutes. Evie, I can't be trusted for 10 minutes. Jimmy, I know you, Evie. I wouldn't leave you with the Pope during Holy Week. Haven't you had enough trouble this year? Evie, I've had enough for the rest of my life. For Christ's sake, I'm not going to suck up with the delivery boy. I don't even have a quarter to give him a tip. Jimmy, you'll charge it like everything else. Evie, oh God, Jimmy, I really love you. You don't know how good it is to have somebody worried about you. Jimmy, well, I hate it. I have enough trouble worrying about me. I'm 40 years old and I can't get a job with or without clothes anymore. If you want to carry on with Pancho Gonzalez, that's up to you. Evie, of all the stinking people in this world, you sure ain't one of them. Jimmy, well, I'm glad you finally realize all the others are stinking. Evie, why don't you marry me? Evie, of all the stinking people in the world, you sure ain't one of them. Jimmy, well, I'm glad you finally realize all the others are stinking. Evie, why don't you marry me? Jimmy, because you are a drunken nymphomaniac and I am a homosexual. We'd have trouble getting our kids into a good school. Evie, give me a kiss. Come on, give me a real kiss. Who the hell's gonna know? He kissed her with feeling. Jimmy, God will punish us for the terrible thing we are doing. Evie, don't get depressed, but you get me very excited. Jimmy, I don't have to stay and listen to this kind of talk. I've got to go. If you promise to behave yourself, I may be nice to you when I'm start. Evie, we could live together in Canada. They don't do sex in Canada. Jimmy, stop it. Evie, you are confusing my hormones. I'm late. Evie, Jimmy, what? Evie, nothing. I just love you and I want to thank you for being here today. Jimmy, don't thank me. Just pray for me. Pray that I get this show because I think it's the last one in the world. Evie, will you call me the minute you hear anything? Jimmy, it's off Broadway. There are no phones. I bought you that Stouffer's macaroni that you love, and some Sara Lee cheesecake, and I made you enough coffee until February. Will you remember to drink it? Evie, drinking is one thing I remember. Jimmy, and get some sleep. Evie, I promise. Jimmy, and if Jose Ferrer shows his face again, don't open the door. The only groceries he's bringing next time are his own. He exits, closing the door behind him. Evie turns and looks at the empty apartment with full realization that she is alone again for the first time in months. She picks up her suitcase and literally throws it into the bathroom.
Evie. All right, don't panic. We'll take it one night at a time. She looks around, pulls off the pillows on the sofa, then sits down on it. And that's it for the week. She crosses to the piano, plays a few notes, and close to you, then sings the first line. Thank you, thank you. For my next number, Ed Sullivan and I will make it right here on this stage. She sighs heavily. She is fighting to keep from losing control of herself. She looks at the phone, goes over to it quickly, sits and dials. Into the phone. Hello? Is Miss Mera there? No, not Mrs. Mera, Miss. Oh, how long ago? Well, when she gets in, would you please tell her? Suddenly a key turns in the lock and the front door opens. Polly Mera stands there with one large, heavy suitcase. Polly is 17, pretty, with long straight hair and no pretensions. She wears blue jeans, a sweater, and a jacket. There is a long and emotional pause as the two stare at each other across the room. Then Evie speaks into the phone. Never mind, I just heard from her. She hangs up and stares at Polly. Polly. I don't want to get your hopes up, but I have reason to believe I'm your daughter. Evie. No, you're not. My daughter who had called first. No longer able to contain herself. You rotten kid. You want to give me a heart attack? They rush to each other, arms around each other in a huge warm embrace. Evie squeezes her tightly. Oh God, Polly. Polly. I was hoping I would get here before you, but I was late getting out of school. Of all damn days. They break the embrace. Evie wipes her eyes. Evie. Okay, I'm crying. You satisfied? To just destroy a helpless old woman. Well, why the hell aren't you crying? Polly. I'm too happy. I can't believe it. My God, look at you. Evie. What do you think? Polly. You're gorgeous. Skinniest mother I ever had. I can wear your clothes now. Evie. What size dress do you wear? Polly. 5. Evie. Tough kid. I wear 4. Wipes teary eyes again. Damn, I knew this would happen. You weren't supposed to know I was home. I needed 3 days before I could face you. Polly. I called the hospital this morning. You didn't think I could wait, did you? Evie. Neither could I. Oh God, give me another hug. I can't stand it. They embrace. Alright, if you're going to get physical, let's close the door. There's enough talk about me in this building. Evie closes the door. Polly goes to get the suitcase from in front of the door. Polly. I get that. She picks it up. Evie. Have you had dinner yet? Polly. I haven't even had lunch. I was too nervous. Evie. I just loaded up for the winter. We'll have the food festival. Come on, take your coat off. Let me look at you. Hey, what'd you do with your hair? Polly. Nothing. Abby, I know. It's been 3 months. When you gonna do something? Polly, don't bug me about the way I look. I'm not that secure yet. She heads for the bedroom with the suitcase. Abby, I should have your problems. Where are you going with that? Polly, in the bedroom. Abby, what is it? Polly, looks at it. Looks like a suitcase. Abby, thanks, I was wondering. What's in the suitcase? Polly shrugs. Dresses, shoes, books, things like that. Abby, why do you have things like that in your suitcase? Polly, well, otherwise they'll fall on the floor. Abby, alright, no one likes a smart ass for the daughter. What's going on here? Polly, nothing's going on, can't I stay? Abby, tonight. You know you can. Polly, okay, I'm staying tonight. Abby, with all that, you must be some heavy sleeper. Polly, okay, 2 nights. Let's not haggle. Abby, hey, just a minute. Put the suitcase down. Polly looks at her, then puts it down. Now look at me. Polly, I'm looking. Abby, and I know what you're thinking. Oh no, you don't. Polly, why not? Abby, because I don't need any roommates. Thank you. If you had a bear, it would be different. Polly, I don't want to be your roommate. I just want to live with you. Abby, you lonely? I'll send you to camp. You have a home. What are you bothering me for? Polly, you can't throw me out. I'm your flesh and blood. Abby, I just got rid of my flesh. I'm not sentimental. Polly, I've already decided I'm moving. You have nothing to say about it. Abby, in the first place, idiot, you're not allowed to live here. It's not up to you or me. Polly, and in the second place, Abby, I don't need a second place. The first one wipes us out. You live where your father tells you to live. Polly, exactly. Where do I put the suitcase? Abby, are you telling me your father gave you permission to move in here with me?
Polly,
Right.
Evie,
Your father?
Polly,
That's the one.
Evie,
A tall man, grayish hair, wears blue suits, speaks a little when he talks.
Polly,
Would you like to speak to him yourself?
Evie,
Not sober, I don't. What does your stepmother think about this? What's her name? Lucrecia?
Polly,
Felicia.
Evie,
Felicia, some name. He must speak pretty good when he says that. Did she ever get that clicking in her teeth fixed?
Polly,
Nope, stick clicking.
Evie,
That's a nice way to live, with a spitter and a clicker. Thank God he didn't get custody of me too.
Polly,
That's why I'm begging you to take me in. I can't do my homework with all that noise.
Evie,
God's truth, Polly. He really say yes?
Polly,
He likes me. He wouldn't kid around with my life.
Evie,
Why don't I believe it?
Polly,
We've been talking about it for months. He knows how hard you've been trying. He spoke to your doctor. He knows you're alright, and he thinks you need me now.
Evie,
Now? I need you? Where does he think I've been the last 7 years? Guatemala?
Polly,
He knows where you've been.
Evie,
And what about you? Is that what you really want?
Polly,
I've been packed for 3 years. Every June I put in bigger size.
Evie,
You wanna hear something? My whole body is shaking. I'm scared stiff. I wouldn't know the first thing about taking care of you.
Polly,
I'm 17 years old. How hard could it be?
Evie.
I level with you. It's not the best thing I do. I was feeling very motherly one time. I bought a couple of turtle, 2 for 85 cents, Irving and Sam. I fed them once. In the morning, they were floating on their backs. I don't think I could go through that again.
Polly.
I'm a terrific swimmer.
Evie.
Jesus, the one thing I hope I wouldn't have is a dumb daughter. What kind of influence would I be in you? I talk filthy. I have always talked filthy. I'm a congenital filthy talker.
Polly.
Son of a bitch!
Evie.
I don't think that's funny.
Polly.
Well, I just got here. Give me a chance.
Evie.
What the hell is the big attraction? I thought we were doing fine with visiting days.
Polly.
When I was 9 years old, do you remember what you gave me for Christmas?
Evie.
An empty bottle of Dewar's White Label? I don't know, I can't remember yesterday.
Polly.
Don't you remember the gingerbread house with the little gingerbread lady in the window?
Evie.
If you say so.
Polly.
I always keep it to remind me of you. Of course, today I have the biggest box of crumbs in the neighborhood. Come on, be a sport. Buy me another one this Christmas.
Evie.
I don't know if I could afford it.
Polly.
What are you afraid of?
Evie.
Of leaving you with the crumbs again. You know what I'm like.
Polly.
I see you drunk. Mostly I hate it, but once or twice you sure were cute.
Evie.
You only saw dress rehearsal. I was very careful around you. A mother doesn't like to get too pissed around her own daughter. Am I supposed to say things like that in front of you, pissed?
Polly.
If you can do it, you can say it.
Evie.
There are other things I can't tell you. Oh, Chris, I might as well tell you. You knew about Lou Turner.
Polly.
I met him here a few times.
Evie.
Did you know we lived here together for 8 months?
Polly.
I didn't think he got off a bus in those pajamas.
Evie.
Jesus, at least have the decency to be shocked.
Polly.
There is a 16-year-old girl who just left school because she's pregnant. You are 43. If you are not allowed, who is?
Evie.
How I suddenly end up with the Mother of the Year award.
Polly.
I don't want to judge you, Evie. I just want to live with you.
Evie.
You are 17 years old. It's time you judge me. I just don't want you to get the idea that 183 pounds of pure alcohol is something called happy fat. Many a night I would have thrown myself out that window if I could have squeezed through. I'm not what you call an emotionally stable person. You know how many times I was really in love since your father and I broke up? I met the only man who ever really meant anything to me about 7, maybe 8 times. Mr. Wright, I meet at least twice a week. I sure know true love when I see it. It's wherever I happen to look.
Polly.
You don't have to tell me any of this.
Evie.
I do, damn it. I want you to know everything, Polly, before you make up your mind. I lived here with that guitar player for 8 of the happiest months of my life. Well, why not? He was handsome, funny, 10 years younger than me. What more could a woman want?
He sat in that chair all day working and writing, and I fed him and clothed him and loved him for 8 incredible months. And then that dirty bastard. I'm sorry. I'm going to try not to do that anymore. Polly. Good. Evie. No, the hell with it. That dirty bastard. He walked out on me in the middle of the night for an 18-year-old Indian hippie. Princess screwed the other woman. Wait. She gets old and starts looking like the face on the nickel. And he doesn't have a penny, not a cent. Well, her moccasins were out. We see how long that affair lasts. But I sat at that window for 6 weeks, waiting and hoping while I ran through 2 liquor stores in this neighborhood alone. Finally, Toby came in one day and I found me face down in the bathtub. I woke up in a sanitarium in Long Island, and the rest isn't very interesting unless you like stories about human torture. But I went through it and I'm here. And I figure, pussycat, that I have only one more chance at this human being business. And if I blew it this time, they'll probably bury me in some distillery in Kentucky. And if this is the kind of person you like to live with, God has cursed me with one of the all-time great smacks for a daughter. Polly, would you like to come and speak at my school? Evie, I think I would rather have you than a big coat that fits. You still want to take a shot at it. Polly, after that story, I'd pay for a seat. Evie, oh no, if you're moving, it's a whole new ball game. If you are going to live here with me, we turn this place into Little Women. Clean sheets, doilies on the furniture, TV guide, a regular American family. Polly. And we can go to church on Sunday. By the way, what religion are we? Evie. I look it up. I got it here somewhere. I'm going to get a job. Not in show business, a real job. She starts pacing. Polly, I get home from school at 4. I could start dinners. Evie, can you cook? Polly, no, but I can get them started. Evie, is that all you can do? Polly, I can ride a horse. Evie, that's it. When we are starving to death, you are the one who rides for help. Polly, can I pack now? Evie, yes, you can unpack now. Holy Chris, Polly, I'm suddenly so excited. How did I get so lucky? Polly, some people have it all. Polly starts into the bedroom with the suitcase. Evie, see what looks good in the kitchen. I put your things away. Evie starts for the bedroom as Polly starts for the kitchen. They pass each other on the way. Polly, so far we are doing terrific. Evie disappears into the bedroom. Polly is in the kitchen. Both are off stage. Evie, what the hell do you have in here? Yankee Stadium? Polly, it's my record collection. Evie, I see a lot of panties here. I don't see any bras. Don't you wear a bra? Polly, no, and I'm missing a big thrill. Polly comes out of the kitchen. She looks toward the bedroom, but apparently Evie hasn't buried. Polly crosses and opens the door. Lou Turner is standing there. He is in his mid-30s with a scruffy, unmanageable hair, a full, bushy mustache, a dirty turtleneck sweater, and light tan desired boots. Very warm. He is, despite his appearance, attractive. Polly is shaken by his ill-timed arrival. Polly. Hello, Lou. Lou looks at her, then passes her into the room. Hello, Polly. Evie. I'm not going to ask you what these pills are for because I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. Lou. She alright? Polly. What? Yes, she's fine. Lou. Can I come in? Polly looks toward the bedroom worriedly. Yes, sure. He steps into the room. She closes the door behind him. How are you? Lou. I thought she'd be alone. Maybe ought to come back later. Polly. No, I'm sure she wants to see you. Mother? Someone's here. Lou stares at the bedroom door as Polly eyes him nervously. Evie appears in the bedroom doorway. She has probably recognized Lou's voice. She comes out of the bedroom and faces Lou. Lou. Hello, Evie. Evie, try to be cool. Hello, Lou. There is a moment of awkward silence. Lou, you look fabulous. Evie, thank you. Lou, how'd you lose so much weight? Evie, sure happiness. Polly, this is not play for her. I'll finish unpacking. I'll see you, Lou. Evie, that is all right. You can stay. Polly, I'd rather not, if you don't mind. Lou. She exits quickly into the bedroom. Evie and Lou stand there eyeing each other.
Lou, I checked the hospital. They told me you were coming home today. Rough scene, huh? Evie, no, I loved it. They showed movies Saturday nights. How's Pocahontas? Lou, we split about a month ago. Evie, oh, that's too bad. What was the problem? Couldn't she make it rain? Lou, she couldn't make it, period. A lot of sexual hang-ups among the Cherokees. Looks around. You going to offer me a cigarette? Evie, no, but you're welcome to take a bath. You look like the second week of the garbage strike. You living indoors somewhere? Lou, Eddie Valendo's on the road. I'm missing his place. Evie, I hope he left you food. You look a little shaky. Lou, musicians don't eat, Evie. You know that. We live on soul. Evie, whose? Lou, I wouldn't turn down a bottle of cold beer. Evie, you asking or begging? Lou, is that what you want to hear? Okay, I'm begging. Evie, I always knew you'd make it big someday. Hands him a cigarette. Here, there's one left. Smoke it when you're older. Lou tries to grab her. That's my Evie. Evie, pulling away. You're one priceless, unbelievable bastard. You had to walk in here today, didn't you? You had to time it so you get me holding my nerve together with spit and coffee. Lou, what would you want me to do? Phone you for a pay station in Walgreens? Hi, Evie. Guess who this is? Evie, the only thing stopping you was the dime. Lou, come on, Evie. I walked 17 blocks in borrowed shoes. Talk nice to me. Evie, like nothing ever happened, right? Lou, no, it happened. We'll talk about it, but it's hard when you don't look at me. I get the feeling I'm suddenly left all alone in this room. Evie turns and looks at him. I know the feeling well. Lou, I'll say one thing for the Indians. Generally speaking, they are not a vindictive people. Evie, really, Lou? What'd she do when you walked out on her? Right into the sunset? Do a little sun dance? Wriggle and bounce her firm little body? You want to tell me about her tight little 18 years old body? Lou? Lou, no particularly. Evie, come on, lay it on me. Talk that hip, colorful language you dig so much. Tell me your problems, Lou. You'll get a lot of sympathy from me. Lou, no problems, Eve. nothing that can't be worked out. Evie. Lou, I am 43 years old and I'm trying to be a grown-up lady. The doctors told me I'm not allowed to drink anymore or have affairs with 33-year-old guitar players. I thank you for this visit. Now go home. Find someone your own age and light up some astroturf or whatever you're smoking these days. Lou smiles. If nothing else, Evie, you have a way with the phrase. I used to quote you, word for word. Of course, this dumb little Indian chick never saw the humor. We communicated in other ways. But whenever I needed a good, honest laugh, I had to quote you. If you were in the room, but you were there, you know what I mean? Evie. That's an image I think I'll cherish forever. Listen, Paul is here and I think we ought to cut this short. Lou, I want to come back if there's a pause. Today, tomorrow, next week, but I want to come back. Evie. I see. Would that be with or without meals? Lou. Maybe with a little humility. I'll scrap up whatever I can. Evie. I don't want you to steal just for me. Lou. There it is, Eve. That's what I come back for. A little stimulation. Evie. Try a vibrator. Lou. Try letting up for 2 minutes. Take an interest, Eve. Ask me how my work is coming. Evie. How's your work coming, Lou? Lou. Gee, it's nice of you to take an interest. I'm writing. I'm not saying anything, but I'm writing. Evie. Without emotion. I am enormously pleased for you. Lou. You don't give a crap, do you? You never did give a good goddamn. Evie. That's too hysterical to be answered. Lou. Oh, you cared about me. I never questioned that. Affection, love, passion, you had it by the tonnage. All I had to do was to look at you with anything less than indifference, and you were ready to jump in the sack with your shoes on. Evie, forgive me. Frigidity is not one of my major hang-ups. Lou. I could have been a counterman at Rikers. It couldn't have made any difference to you. Evie. Nothing made any difference to me except you. You didn't give a damn if the stuff I wrote was good or not as long as it was finished. It's terrific, Lou. Now come to bed. Evie. You wrote it, you played it, I listened to it. Short of publishing it, there wasn't a hell of a lot more I could do. Lou. You never really liked it, did you? You never thought it had any real talent, did you? Evie. I loved it. Everything you wrote, I loved. Lou. Bullshit. Evie. That's a better way of putting it. Lou. Then why the hell didn't you say so?
I had enough trouble getting affection from you without giving you bad reviews. I can't believe it. You hated everything I wrote and you never said a word to me until now. I'm sorry your ego is hurt posthumously. Alright, I think you're very promising. I'll take a page out in Variety. Now leave me alone. You know, Evie, you are the biggest ball-breaking, insufferable pain-in-the-ass woman I've ever met. And I'm standing here enjoying it. I'm cut up and bleeding from abuse and humiliation, but at least I know I'm in the room with a living human being. I haven't had a good old fight like that in 3 months. I have also, in that time, not put down a piece of music worth the price of the paper. Maybe you're right. At best, I'm mediocre, but mediocre is better than wasting good music sheets. Come on, Evie. The truth is, while I was here, I functioned. And when I functioned, you functioned. Evie and Lou functioning. One of the great love stories of all time. Well, maybe not the greatest, just the most original. What do you say, Ev? Make a contribution to the world of serious music. I already gave. Christ, Evie, you want me to say it? I'll say it. I need you, very badly. For how long, Lou? Until you run off with the Chinese hat-check girl Alfredo Spix? Evie, I swear. Don't make me any promises. I just left a hospital filled with people waiting for promises. Come on, for Christ's sakes, you had that problem 20 years before you ever met me. No argument. I just don't want it for 20 years after. What are you going to tell me? You're cured. You had buttermilk for 12 weeks and now you live happily ever after? There's still a whole life to get through, Evie. I'm not coming in here offering you any phony promises. Sure, in 6 weeks I may find another cute-ass little chick, and in 8 weeks they might find you under the piano with a case of Thunderbird wine. When, again, maybe not. Together, Evie, we don't add up to one strong person. I just think together we have a better chance. What I need now is a relative, not a relationship. And I have one there unpacking. Who are you kidding? She'll be here in the morning. That's good enough for me. The mornings have never been your problem. We're just going to have dinner. I'd ask you to stay, but it's just the immediate family. Well, it was kind of a slow afternoon. I just thought I'd ask. I'm really glad to see you in good shape, Ev. Take care of yourself. That's the general idea. You still have 10 seconds to change your mind. My, how time flies. Lou, will you call me sometime? Just to say hello? Probably not. I didn't hear a word, but can I say something? Only if it'll make me laugh. Are you unpacked yet? It would take me 2 minutes to put it all back. If you're unpacked, then wash your hands, set the table, and light the stove. It's dinner time. Okay, Evie. And none of the Evie crap. I'm your mother. I want a little respect, for Christ's sakes.